Good morning and thank you for joining us today. This is The Shine Show and this is episode 14. And with me I have the beautiful Maya Cleggett from Mind Motivation Coaching. And I am very excited for this show because this is something we're going to talk about today that I think is widely misunderstood. I have certainly misunderstood it in the past. But I think once we start learning to use this in our lives and our business, we can unlock a lot of doors that we lock for ourselves. So welcome, Maya.
Thank you very much, Salome.
You're welcome. And as I say, this is The Shine Show. I am the creator of The Shine Show. If you don't know who I am, I'm Salome Schillack. I'm also the creator of the Facebook Live Superstar, which is a program that teaches entrepreneurs how to get started on Facebook Live. And if you want to learn more about that, you can join the community by going to shineandsucceed.com/community. So without any further ado, I can see there is somebody live. So if you are live, please introduce yourself. Let us know who you are because we would love to welcome you into the conversation and have a chat with you today as well. So welcome, Maya. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
All right. So Maya, the law of attraction.
Yes.
Tell me how you got into it in the first place.
Well, years ago, when I was experiencing quite a bit of darkness in my life, my personal life, and I'd had 3 car accidents in a row.
Wow.
And I was a single mum, and I had no career path, and I had no money, and things were just getting very overwhelming for me. So I kept on focusing on the car accidents and illness and pain, and I was feeling like I had absolutely no control over my life.
Yeah.
And everything I was focusing on was just getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
So I went to see this wonderful hypnotherapist, and she completely changed my entire life. She just put me on this incredible path to how I could actually take control of my life, and what my thoughts, emotions and feelings, how those set off a vibration and an energy, and I could actually turn them around and taking my life from a really negative spot to a positive, and I could actually create and manifest wonderful positive things into my life.
Fantastic.
So from seeing her, I realized that I actually was giving out a vibration. I was on a different frequency. So I chose from then on to change my life completely, and by using the law of attraction, and it was incredible. So from there, I focused on how I could change my life, which I did. And then I've done a lot of research and training myself. And it was so inspiring and empowering. I realized that my complete reason for being in this universe was for me to help and empower other people. So now my life has completely changed, and I can now be in a position and in a space where I can help other people.
Fantastic. Wonderful.
So it's very, very
That's
exciting.
Wonderful. Yeah, it is. And I think key to what you say, oh, sorry, the camera's moving around. Let me just do that. Here we go. Hi, Georgia. Thank you for joining us.
Hi,
I think key to what you're saying is you chose to change.
Indeed.
You made a decision to change.
Yes.
And then you went on a path to discover how you can change your vibration, right? So can you explain to us a little bit better about, so there are a few things around law of attraction that I didn't used to understand, and one of them is the word vibration. Can you explain to us a little bit more about what is the vibration all about?
Well, each one of us on this planet has an energy and a vibration and a frequency. So for the negative person, they have this negative frequency and energy, and they give out negative energy, and they magnetize back to them negative situations, experiences and feelings and emotions. Whereas a positive person has a positive high energy, and they radiate positive energy, and so they attract amazing experiences, wonderful connections with people. So it's the energy that you give out is what you attract back, and whatever you focus on expands. So law of attraction is an actual law, like the law of gravity. What comes up, what goes up must come down. The law of attraction is the energy you give out is attracted back to you. So like attracts like.
Yeah.
So the positive person, they are sending out a frequency and a vibration of positiveness,
Yeah.
and that's what they draw back to them. It's
Yeah.
like this huge magnet. It just
Yeah.
comes back to you.
Yeah.
Whereas, as I said, the negative person, they have this energy of expecting
Yeah.
bad things to happen,
That's
and
right.
that's what they see. That's what they see, and that's what they
So this
vibrate.
so this energy has a lot to do with what you focus on.
Absolutely.
Okay, so how is it different from positive thinking? If I'm just going to think positive thoughts, positive things are going to happen, or how's it different from that?
It's what you think, your emotions, the words that you use, and your behavior and your actions. So all of that has an energy. So the more you believe and truly believe 100% and expect 100% positive things will happen,
Yeah.
then that is what will happen. You can
Yeah.
actually create and manifest into your reality that. So you can either choose to think negative thoughts
Yeah.
and attract that, or you
Yeah.
can choose to think positive thoughts. But having that 100% belief and to hold strong positive beliefs is the key, and to hold strong emotions
Yeah.
and visualize
Yeah.
the subconscious. Really,
Yeah.
the core of what the energy you give out is what your subconscious beliefs are, your
Yeah.
programming. And your programming is downloaded from when you're 0 to 6 or 7 years old.
Okay.
So you're downloading the people who, your parents or authority figures in your life,
Yeah.
you're downloading all their programming. So if their
Yeah.
programming was inspiring, empowering, and
Yeah.
positive,
Yeah.
then you will run with that
Yes.
programming.
Yeah. Okay.
Whereas if it was negative, that is going to be downloaded into your subconscious mind.
Okay. All
But
right.
you can, wonderful news,
Yeah.
you can actually
change it.
you can change your programming.
Yeah.
You can download
Yeah.
new software.
Which is why you can get two children from the same house, and
That's
one
right.
makes one range of choices, and the other one makes a whole other range of choices, and both will say, "Look who my parents are."
Exactly, it's exactly
Yeah.
right. It's the filter that you have, and we've spoken about this
Yeah.
before. It's called the reticular activating system,
That's right, yeah.
the RAS, and it's a filter between your conscious mind, which makes up 5% of your brain,
Yeah.
and your subconscious mind, which takes up 95% of your brain.
Mm.
So every second, your subconscious mind is taking on 10 million bytes of information per
Yeah.
second.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of information.
Yes.
So this RAS, or the reticular activating
Yeah.
system, is a filter between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. So for the positive person, let's say, for example, if you decide to buy a red Ferrari, you've switched on your RAS, and
Yeah.
your RAS will start to show you red Ferraris
Yeah.
on the road. Or if you are a pregnant
Yes.
mother, what's important for you is babies and pregnancies
That's
and trans
right. Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
suddenly
Because
see
then you
them
go to the
everywhere.
mall and you see them. I have that experience, even
Yeah.
when I'm not pregnant. I still have that
Exactly.
experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's how this RAS, this filter works. It
Yeah.
lets your subconscious mind knows what it's important to you, and only show you what's important to you.
Yeah.
So when you're asking the question about, is positive thinking, is that powerful? Yes, it is, because you put out what you want to see and experience.
Yeah.
And switch on your RAS.
Yeah.
Switch on your RAS
Yeah.
for looking for
Yeah.
wonderful, positive, inspiring, empowering situations.
Yeah.
And that's all you'll see. There is negativity out there, but there's also positive things.
That is such a good point. That's such a good point, because I think we live very much in a fear-driven society.
Absolutely.
We live in a society where overwhelm is the other thing. Overwhelm.
Absolutely.
I, go through the day listening to conversations about people explaining to each other how overwhelmed they are all the time. And I think
Yes.
if we keep focusing on our overwhelm, and we keep focusing on our fear, and we keep focusing on how much we have going on, how difficult life is, what are we going to get? We're going to get more of that. Right?
Exactly.
And it is just because our brains are made to give us more of what we tell it is important to us.
That's right.
Right.
That's the RAS.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and so there's nothing woo-woo, there's nothing airy-fairy, there's nothing you know, it's not some kind of a hippie, some weird
No.
thing. It's just your brain is made to give you more of what you tell your brain is important.
Exactly.
And so you tell it overwhelm is important, you're going to get more overwhelm.
Absolutely.
You tell it car crashes,
Yes,
you know, and you're going to get more car crashes.
that's right.
And for me, it was a people don't like me
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Yeah.
People don't like me, so I show up somewhere, behave in a certain way, and guess what? People don't like me. And
Yeah.
you get more of it. And because you keep feeding yourself that, you
That's
keep
right.
living up to the expectation, and I had to change that. I
Yeah.
had to change that. And it started with me changing, I am worthy of being liked. I am worthy of being loved, and because I am just because I am.
Yes.
Not because of anything I do, or not because I'm any special, more special than anyone else, just because I am. I am a child of God. I am in this universe, and I'm worthy.
Exactly.
And that's kind of so then you start changing the conversation you have with yourself.
Absolutely. The thoughts and the words that you actually say out loud.
Yeah.
And that's what I say to my clients. And it's a very short sentence, but very specific and easy to understand. If you don't want it, don't say it.
I agree.
So
Absolutely.
that makes it
Yes.
really, really
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Just for an example, I've had a client who, she came to me and she said, well, I can't afford it.
And then you can't afford it, of course.
She was
Yes.
putting that energy out.
Yeah.
And you don't need to be a fortune teller. You just hear the words that have been spoken.
That's right.
And she
It's
had...
cut off all possibility.
That's right.
Yeah.
Her reality, and that was her reality, she couldn't afford. So
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
So, you know, the wonderful world of hypnotherapy and coaching, we went back into the scenes and regression and went into her subconscious mind, and to find why she had those beliefs. And why
Yeah.
she had those beliefs was, for her, money meant anger and pain, because when
Yeah.
she was brought up, her parents were always fighting and creating this anger and this pain. So she associated
Yeah.
money
Yeah.
with anger and pain.
And of course you don't want it then.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
keep away.
Yeah.
So changing your beliefs
Yeah.
at a subconscious level, changing your thoughts, changing your words, and changing your actions, they are the key
Yeah.
principles
Yeah.
of the law of attraction.
Yeah, I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. And then something you touched on earlier is the emotions.
Absolutely.
They're changing. You know, you can fool yourself for a little bit, but you can't fool yourself for a long time. So, how do we change our emotions? How do we live from a place where we're living in an emotional state of expecting positive things? Because it's more than just, you know, thinking about what you want. How do we change? It goes much deeper to that. I think, you know, we all live from an emotional place. We are emotional beings. I think essentially success in business, life, anything, you name it, success is about being happy. And happy is an emotion.
Yes.
But I think sometimes we forget that we get to choose our emotions.
We do. And the number one key for changing emotion is, if you're having a negative emotion, thinking and creating negative neural pathways, then that's what you're going to be attracting. So what you do is you go from, this is what I don't want, to instantly triggering, okay, this is what I don't want, that's a negative neural pathway, instantly changing it to a positive neural pathway, which is the exact opposite of what I don't want, which is what I do want. So as soon as you get a negative thought, change it from exactly the opposite, polar opposite, what is it that I do want? So for this client, it's going from, I can't afford this, I've never got enough money, well, this is my reality, my reality is really bad, just see the evidence of it everywhere, to, okay, that is what you don't want, that's a negative neural pathway, to what it is that you do want. Okay, the exact opposite of that. Well, how, and ask the question to you, and allow that to resonate into your subconscious mind. How can I afford it? What actions do I need to achieve more money? What is it that I want to achieve? Well, I want to have that sense of freedom for working when I want to work, to travel, to buy a house or whatever it is. So you change instantly from what I don't want to what I do want. And that is the first and the most powerful way of getting there.
Yeah. Do you find, because this was how it was for me, is I used to be incredibly clear on what I don't want.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell in any given situation, I can tell you exactly what I don't want.
Mm-hmm.
But it was difficult for me. It was hard to develop the muscles to allow myself. First of all, I think this has been my experience, is to allow myself to be okay with wanting.
Mm-hmm.
To be okay with saying, well, I do want to be able to work and be there for my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because before it was purely, either I work or I stay at home. There was only these two options.
Yeah.
So I like what you say about changing the question you ask yourself. So instead of saying, this is how it is, like, I can't afford it. It cuts off all other possibilities. Or I am so overwhelmed, cuts off all possibilities. Or, whatever it is for you, my business will never get off the ground. There can be so many things. To instead of just cutting off all those possibilities, to change the question.
That's right.
So you're saying you turn it into what you want. So in other words, I want a successful business. I want to, be relaxed around my kids and relaxed in my job. Maybe it is I want to lose weight. I want to, or that's a negative, right? I want to lose weight. I want to be fit and healthy.
There you go.
I want to be fit and healthy.
That's right.
Or I want to be well rested, whatever it is. So change it, and then ask the question, how can I be?
Yes.
So because what happens is you open it up for possibilities.
Absolutely. That's
and
how
then
it works.
and then you're saying, so you sit in the question then.
Mm-hmm.
You sit in the question and you watch it come.
That's right. I was talking to someone the other day, and they're quite clumsy. And this lady said to me, she said, "What else can go wrong?" And I went,
"Oh yes,
no,
horrible question. Yeah, horrible question."
Because
and we do that all the time.
That's right. But the number one key is to, first of all, to become aware of the questions that you're asking, because your subconscious mind will give you the answer. So it's like typing into Google. So when you ask that question, Google will come up with the answer. Okay, well, you can fall off a cliff, you can have a car accident, you can have this, and this. And I was before asking the wrong question. I was expecting to have another car accident. I was expecting to end up in hospital. I was expecting to get pain. Whereas now, asking a much more empowering question of how can I make this happen? This is what I want. How can I put the strategies? What are the actions? What do I need to do? What resources do I need? What connections do I have to make to get to my destination? And it just makes life so much more exciting, empowering, inspiring. And when you have that expectation, you have that vibration and that energy, you will then attract like-minded people.
That's right.
Like, we were attracted to each other because we are like-minded. And all we want to do is help as many people as possible. Have that sense of empowerment and knowing that you can create your reality, and that's just a truly wonderful thing to have that knowledge that you've helped even one person on this planet have a better life. To me, I think is just awesome.
I think I read a quote yesterday, and I can't remember the exact words, but it was something along the line of your purpose is to figure out what your purpose is, and then your mission is to live that so that the world is a better place.
Absolutely.
And I've completely mucked it up, but it was something along the lines of that. And I think the thing that you just said that I love so much about this is when you start embracing these principles, you get to a point where you realize you are able to create your own reality.
You are.
Whatever you have today, you created it.
That's it.
You created it yourself.
That's it.
Through the way you thought, which led to actions you took,
Mm-hmm.
right? And if you want to change your future, like there's the saying, the thinking that created, the thinking that got you here won't get you there. You need to change your thinking. You need to think a different way. Otherwise, you will just end up with more of the same things.
Exactly.
And it's in the same at the same time. I know some people get really angry when you say to them, well, you created what you've got, because they don't like what they've got.
No.
But unless you accept that you created what you've got, you stay a victim.
Absolutely.
And if you're a victim, you have no power to change it.
No.
But if you can get yourself to the point to say, this, what I have now, I am 100% responsible for creating it. That's the only way you can then go, okay, now if I'm 100% responsible for what I created here, then that also means that I'm 100% responsible for creating the future that I want. And then you can decide what that future is, and then you start thinking and believing and asking better questions about how you can then create that future, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, is if you are in victim mode, like I was, why are these things happening to me? Why is life so difficult? Why am I attracting toxic relationships? Why have I got no money? Then, as I said, it's like, typing that question into Google, you're typing that into your subconscious mind.
That's right, yeah.
So you'll get evidence
yeah.
of what you're focusing on. So if you change that, take ownership, take responsibility, it's not somebody else's fault out there, it's all coming from within. But the wonderful thing is, you choose a hypnotherapist, a coach, whomever, someone who that is successful in their industry, and you take the time to have them coach you and to let you become aware of how powerful you actually are and how you can create. So you'll start to see the evidence. And I find that, working with clients, and I'm sure you do as well, you can just take them from A to B and just see the wonderment in their eyes, and that they take on this complete new positive glow, because they take control.
Yeah, they become
lives.
empowered. They become
do.
empowered. And isn't that what we all want? We all want to say, well, I'm creating my own life. I'm, building a life of my dreams. I'm creating life on my terms. That's what we all want. We all want that control. We all want to be more able to say, I choose to do what I want, when I want, with whom I want, how often I want. That's my definition of success.
Absolutely.
And everyone can have that. And to each of us, that looks different. For some people, that'll be a red Ferrari. For other people, that'll be giving up all their earthly belongings and going to live in some, third world country. And they're both right.
Yeah.
They're both right.
Yes.
Because it is, at the end of the day, it is about, what your desires are and what your dream life look like. And then living from that place of high vibration where you give back.
Absolutely.
And both of these people can give back as much as they have received in that place. Right?
Yes, absolutely. And if people want to have, to get some tools to help them, my number one tool is to start a gratitude journal.
Oh, yes.
So every night, write at least 3 things down, and choose a really beautiful journal. Yeah. So it'll be like a special ritual at night. And just write at least 3 things that you're grateful for, or that you appreciate, because what that does, it's switching on your RAS.
That's right.
For looking for the wonderful things you are actually experiencing now in the present.
Yeah.
And what that does, it sets off in your brain chemicals of serotonin and dopamine, and they're the feel-good
they're
hormones.
the happy hormones.
Yeah. So that, as I said, that switches on your RAS. So the more you focus on and look for things throughout the day, and at night time when you're journaling, your mind is just going to expand and expand. And then the next day you'll actually have more of that, because you're focusing on that. And as we know, whatever you focus on expands. Like attracts like. So it's a really beautiful ritual to get into. And the second point I would say is in the morning, set your intention.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So as you're just waking up from a beautiful slumber, before you get out of bed, set your intention. It only takes a couple of minutes, but just set into your mind exactly how you want your day to go, and be obviously in a positive, like perhaps I'm going to hop up and I'm going to do some yoga stretches, I'm going to have a beautiful shower, refreshing shower, then I'm going to choose to have a beautiful green smoothie, and then maybe go for a jog, or set your day for the meeting. It's going to be very powerful and positive, and this is the outcome that I want to achieve. Then I'm going to come home and spend time with my partner or my children or my pet or whatever, and then I'm going to write the wonderful things that have happened to me throughout the day in my gratitude journal. So when you go to sleep, you'll be like dropping these beautiful, positive, inspiring seeds into your subconscious mind, which will germinate overnight, as opposed to watching the news, because the news just before any time, basically, for me, it's full of gloom, doom, and depression and violence. But just before you go to bed, you don't want to be watching that, because that will be germinating into your subconscious mind, which is not a good thing.
No.
And then the last one for me is very, very powerful, is visualizing. So all the top athletes and the politicians, what they do is they visualize over and over again of exactly how they want to achieve the results, or manifest, or create. So that they've had actual scientific research and testing of, say, the elite athletes, and there's 3 groups. One group actually just practiced. The second group did the practice as well as visualizing, and the third group, nothing at all.
Okay.
The first 2 groups, pretty much exactly the same results.
Okay.
So visualization is incredibly powerful, and really get emotional and make the colours bright and bold, and really feel the emotions of having achieved exactly what it is that you want to achieve, because this will then embed into your subconscious mind. So once you've had that mental rehearsal and the feelings, that will then embed and set like a blueprint into your subconscious mind of how it will be created and manifested.
That's incredible. I love that. That's one of the things that have made the biggest difference in my life. This has been so incredibly powerful, is setting that intention for how I wanted to feel in my day.
Yes.
Because I think when we're living in a place of lack, when we're living in that space of fear, and we're going to bed at night thinking, oh, I didn't get everything done, look at all the doom and gloom, and then we go to bed, and then in the morning we wake up and we've snoozed too long and we're already running late, and we're back in that, there isn't enough time, there isn't enough time, I don't have enough resources, I don't have enough money, So moving out of that, and I kind of went, okay, so what are the emotions I want to feel, because you think one day when you have this thing, one day when you, one day when you have the money or the success or whatever it is that you want, or the body, or whatever it is, you always think one day when you have that, you're going to feel so good. And for me, the biggest thing that made the difference is I said, that feeling I want one day, I'm going to wake up every morning and decide today's the day I want, today's the day I live from that feeling. And once I started doing that, just going, it's not the thing that's going to give me that feeling, it's the feeling that's going to give me that feeling.
Absolutely.
And I have the ability to choose my feelings. So if I choose to feel that way every morning, and then feed it again, and then you choose to feel that way, and then all of a sudden all these things pop up, like with your RAS, it pops up, that gives you a reason to feel that way. Then it becomes the spiral, a positive spiral, instead of the negative spiral of I'm overwhelmed, I'm overweight, I don't have time, the positive spiral. And then at night when you go to bed and it is time to do your journal, you don't just have 3 things, you can think of 30 things to be grateful for.
Definitely.
And tomorrow morning you wake up again and you choose that feeling and you live from that feeling. And then it's kind of like all the things that you thought were going to give you that feeling become less important, and you detach from those things.
Yes, yes.
And then you are where you want to be, right?
That's right.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It is. It is. It's very exciting to know that you have actually control over what happens to you. You've got control over your emotions.
Yeah.
And because from before I kept on attracting all the negative, but now I know I can attract the positive, and
the power that gives you. Then when something negative happens, I find you have the ability to go, yes, this negative thing has happened, but you know what? I have everything inside me to handle this, which is a lot different than oh, here's just another thing that happened.
No.
When you can move to that space where you can say, yes, this thing has happened, but I have everything inside me to handle it.
absolutely. And
You're empowered.
and to ask the question, not woe is me, what else can go wrong, to look at it and think, well, why has this happened? And everything now that happens to me, I think, well, why has this happened? And I always look for the positive, and there always is a positive. So for all the positives of everything that happened to me previously, I think, well, now I can empathize with pain, severe pain. I can empathize with people who have been a single mum. I can empathize with people who've been sexually abused. I can empathize with people of not knowing what their true life purpose is. I can empathize with being in a hospital and broken bones and all sorts of things. I've had pretty much everything. So I have a deep connection with people who have undergone all this darkness, and I now know that is the reason it happened, because it's made me a much better therapist, because I've actually been there. But the wonderful thing is I've come out the other side, and I know that I can help them come out the other side, because I'm proof that you can go from here, total darkness, to
there.
incredible, wonderful, loving relationship with my new husband. Wonderful, incredible relationship with my beautiful daughter, who's just very, very inspiring, and my wonderful mother. She's also very inspiring, very strong, powerful woman, and all my amazing friends and colleagues, and going from complete the opposite. It's just a magical.
And I kind of see this picture. Because you said you're able to connect with people because you can empathize with them, and it's in that empathy and that connection that you're then able to reach down and give them your hand, because you've been there. It's safe for you. You can give them your hand, and you can help them, and then they can lift up and come up to where you are, and then they again are able to give other people a hand and bring them up. And that's how this whole, the energy, that's how it works, is when we are lifted up, we also lift others up, which is what the whole shine concept is about. It's about shining so that other people shine as well, which is another thing I love.
It is. It's gorgeous. And it's it's like a drop in a pond. The ripples. So with you and your clients, that ripple effect, and everyone who's hypnotherapy or coach, we help one person, and then they help another person, and it's just so the more people who are aware of this amazing, powerful energy and vibration and frequency, if everyone else starts getting onto this incredible frequency, our frequency is going to get so much stronger. So many more people are going to be aware how they can take control and how they can empower and inspire other people. So it's so special. It really is.
And I think it is so special because when you choose this for yourself, you don't just choose it for yourself, you also choose it for your family, and you choose it for your friends, and you choose it for everyone, because by default when you lift up, others are lifted up. Thank you so much, Maya. Where can people learn more about you and about what you do?
They can go onto my website, mindmotivationcoaching.com.au, or onto my Facebook, which is Mind Motivation Coaching, and to email me at Maya, M-Y-I-A, at mindmotivationcoaching.com.au. So I'd love to hear from you if you need work at a subconscious level, or you need some coaching with either relationships, career, life purpose, then contact me and I would love to help you. My hand is here ready to help. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for those beautiful hearts flying across the
Gorgeous.
screen. Those hearts are for Maya and for the work that she does. Thank you very much. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back and look at the comments of the live viewers. I can see there are some live viewers. I'm going to go in and look at the comments, and if there are any questions, Maya would love to answer your questions. So,
Yes, I would.
Georgia said hello, and she's going to watch the replay. Chris is here. Chris says 100% agree, ladies, and I'm not sure what we said when he said that, but I agree too, Chris.
Yes,
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Chris says, I'm a true believer in everything happens for a reason. That's true. Oh, sorry, I've said Chris. It's Karis.
Oh, Karis.
Karis.
Ah, yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I've mucked up your name. I'm sorry.
Hello, Karis.
Karis, and always find the positive in every situation. And Yvette says, what a great discussion. Fabulous. Thank you. Yvette says, thank you. Okay, if there are any other questions, Kim says, what a beautiful wife you are.
Thank you, Kim. You're a wonderful husband.
We always love having our husbands on. My husband does it once in a while. He jumps on and he gives me some hearts and some thumbs ups, and they are the others who hold us up and who lift us up as well. And a good man is a great thing. I love being married to a good man. So
Yes.
Thank you, Kim, for watching, and thanks
Thank you,
for
Kim.
supporting Maya. Okay, if there isn't any other questions, I'm going to wrap it up here. Please join me next week. Next week, I have got the beautiful Deanne Carter joining me. Deanne is an investment specialist, and we're going to talk about women and money. And this show is going to be a little bit special because we are broadcasting not from my home, but we are broadcasting from West Coast BMW's showroom next week. So we're going to be a little bit posh next week and broadcast from the BMW showroom. So please join me and Deanne when we're going to talk about all things money mindset and how you can change your money mindset to start building your own wealth. Next week, 12 p.m. on Friday, Australian Western Time. Thank you for joining me, Maya.
My pleasure.
I hope you all have a lovely weekend. Thanks for watching if you've watched live or if you've been on the replay. Thank you for watching. See you next week. Bye.